No doubt, longer days make all the difference in the kingdom of plants. Around here, even the laziest of orchids feels compelled to do something to get going, growing roots, new shoots, and blooms. Pretty exciting. This Miltonia sunset was growing a spike, and when I woke up this morning, the fattest of the four buds had opened, probably greeting me good morning. I'm so pleased with that, and I am anxious to see the other three blooms open as well. I got this orchid September last, and then she had only two blooms. How nice of her to be blooming again 8 months later and with four blooms. I loved the blooms when I bought this orchid, and that was why I bought her in the first place. But I love them much more now. There is a special feeling when we succeed with making an orchid bloom, don't you think? This combination of colors is quite striking. I really love it. I bought this fall in bloom some time ago, and she's still doing quite well. Like all the falls I am growing in the house, she is bare root. I feel especially happy now that I found out that having them bare root is the best way for me and for them so far. After having killed more falls than I would like, I am really very happy because they are happy, so I am happy too. As I'm leaning over to film, I am delighted with the fragrance from this brassica. I love this scent. This orchid has been blooming for quite a while now. I filmed this plant 4 weeks ago, and all seven blooms on this spike were already open then. One flower has dropped now, but all the others are holding on quite nicely. And there is another spike growing on the same pseudo-bulb with 5 buds. There were 6 buds, but now one is missing. It dropped for some reason. It looks chopped off, maybe during house cleaning. Well, what can you do? It happens. They're so fragile. This is my Neophynetia falcata. It's quite a small plant. In spite of that, it should be flowering size. However, it has no signs of spikes. Anyway, it's quite healthy. She is developing a new fan, and the roots are growing so fast I almost can see them extending. I take her outside on most days, and very often I forget her there throughout the night, but she's not complaining. Not yet. This is my Phalaenopsis sweet memory. She has been in bloom since I got her last March, but this flower opened here already, and she has been working quite hard. Good set of roots, doing very well, being bare-rooted, and she's budding again on both spikes. I'm so very pleased with her. This bloom smells wonderful, in spite of being by himself, and its fragrance is blending quite well with the scent from the Bretonia. Hanging here, it's Taeda Snow crossed with Macassar. She's doing wonders. She's a young orchid, first time blooming, when I got her last March. But she's working hard to grow. New roots and a new spike. She's also forming more buds on the older spike. Another young orchid, Sideri japonica, or rather Phalaenopsis japonica. It's also a first bloomer, or it was a first bloomer early this year. Her spike is spent and is drying out, but she has put up a new leaf and there are new root tips. This is Oncidopsis Nellie Eiler. It's a recent acquisition. I got her at the market and it was quite an expensive orchid, although it's not big or anything, but it looks healthy. She's blooming with 4 flowers and they look very perfect. They are quite beautiful. And this plant also has another spike here. It's growing on the other side of the same pseudobulb. And I really hope all the blooms and spike won't blast, because I felt I had to take her out of the pot, and really the medium was so spent it looked like soil. But anyway, this orchid has a good set of roots, and that is already a good start. And now I'm taking you to the other room. This is my Ascocentrum apulacio. She's blooming for the first time. The buds are just opening on these 2 spikes. At one time she had 4 spikes, but one of them aborted and the other one just opened 1 flower. However, I think it is okay for a first bloomer. This plant is a Vandaceous type. She has 3 fans and the spikes sprout from the bottom of them. Here there are 3 more plants, all Phalaenopsis hybrids, all of them recovery orchids that lost their roots last year. 2 of them are in bloom or have been in bloom for several weeks. The white was the first to open the flowers, The yellow one already has spent her first bloom, but the last one opened only yesterday. I like this buttery yellow. I can see that the blooms tend to not open fully. This is a trait many orchid growers do not like, but I do so far. I think she just needs to be placed higher, and then she looks much nicer seen from below. And that is the end of my blooms and spikes inside the house. And so I thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next videos. Bye!